Hey guys, I am back. I am 11 weeks post-op and I am feeling much better than the last time you saw me. I think I was in week 3 when that video ended, and today I am feeling better. I hope you would agree that I'm looking better. I still have my days. I'm not 100% by any means, but I'm also not at week 3. So I gotta thank the Lord for that. I do want to mention that there was such a huge gap in recording. First of all, I wasn't even going to record the process, which is why there are no surgery day clips, because it was just something that, first of all, I didn't want to do. If you recall back, those of you who've been here, last year I was adamant about not even having the surgery. And so when God turned my heart towards getting it out the way, I still didn't want to do it, but I knew that I needed to be obedient to it. I wanted it to be a protected space. So I didn't tell many people. I didn't want to record it or talk about it. I just wanted to get through it. And so I didn't record many clips, but I did pick up the phone and capture a couple things just in case. And I'm glad I did, because I was told to show everybody where I am. And so that is a part of the reason why I am in this place right now. And so you guys definitely needed to see that. But it was a difficult, how can I explain this? It was a difficult decision for me to make, in a sense of, I care very much about health and wellness and fitness, and I did not want to go through surgery and be at the mercy of strangers, be the only person of color in the room. We see on social media a lot that the healthcare system is to Black women what the police are to Black men. And I cannot sit here and say in a blanket statement that that's true for everybody that works in the healthcare system, but it is a true lived experience for us. And so I'm not gonna lie, I had my concerns about that. And for that reason, I didn't want to do it. But I knew that if God was telling me to do it, that it was going to be okay. I wasn't scared. I didn't have any emotional feelings towards it. I just really did not want to be unconscious in a room and I have to depend on these people to take care of me. I did not want to go through that at all. But thank God there were no surgical complications. However, my recovery has been complicated by the concussion. And after week 3, I felt like, if you could just think about a slingshot, like I was snatched all the way back into when I first got the concussion. So it was back to the headaches every day, the sensitivity to light, to sound, sharp changes in my moods, and it was a lot. All the things that I mentioned in the last video last week were a thing too, and it was just all collectively very difficult to deal with. And I was not picking up the camera to record anything. I didn't feel good. And one thing I will say is, when I was going through the appointments, they were saying, yeah, this is a minimally invasive procedure. And even in my pre-op appointment, the nurse was like, well, I spoke to somebody, this is their 2-week post-op call, and they are already back out running. They're a runner. And I think when they do this, I don't think she meant any harm, but when you are active like that, of course, you're going to have a quicker recovery. You have physical activity on your side. I had extenuating circumstances where I had not worked out in a year and a half, and I had the concussion on top of that. And so my recovery has not been as quick as they described, even given how minimally invasive this procedure is. And I'm still pretty down most days, but I get up and I try to move around anyway. I think that now I walk at normal pace. I go up the steps at normal pace, but I'm still very limited in my activity. I cannot bend still. I cannot lay down still. It causes pressure and headaches, and my face hurts. I don't go outside a lot. I went outside yesterday for the first time for an extended amount of time, and I just did not feel good. After a couple hours, and when I got back home, I just did not feel well. And so I still have some very real limitations. Sleep is still an issue. And the fact that I kind of get jerked all over the place as far as like my hormones and emotions. I think those are the biggest things, and the headaches, the pain. Right now, my brain feels strained. I don't know any other way to explain it. It's almost like you do too much and your brain is tired. And so it's been a lot of that on top of not sleeping well, not getting any sleep. So it's just kind of, the recovery is slow, but it's recovery nonetheless. And so I'm just glad I made it through. I did have some experiences at the hospital. You know, it's always, when you're dealing with people, you are liable to come across folks who aren't as great as others. And I would say that was my experience with my stay in the hospital. There were just some nurses who were not that good, some who were. But all in all, I'm just grateful that, you know, I was there a few days. I came home. I have not had my official post-op appointments as of yet. I needed to reschedule those when the time came for those, so I won't have those for another couple months. As you all know, if you try to make a doctor's appointment, you gotta wait months for it these days, and so that's just the situation. No need to be concerned though. If I felt like anything was wrong, I could easily go to the ER, so I don't have any issues there. Again, I've been healing just fine. It's just been complicated by, you know, the previous brain injury. Going forward, though, with the channel, I changed the channel name back to Go Mommy Fitness. When I changed the channel name from Go Mommy Fitness, I did that out of a place of disappointment and out of a place, it not going how I thought it would. Although God didn't tell me how it was gonna go, He just told me to record. And so all these years, I've known that He's wanted me to record, but I felt so defeated because I would have this progress and this momentum, and then I would feel kicked in the chest by a life circumstance, i.e. the car accident. And so it's been a year and a half since I've worked out. I've had attempts in between time, but I've had no real consistency. And so for me, in my mind, what am I recording? What am I talking to y'all about? What am I doing? And I still feel like that right now. And when I talked to God about it, I was like, you know, I know this is something that you want me to do. I can't do anything right now. I'm not physically able to work out. I think I might be able to do some stretches, but even that's limited. I can't bend or lay down to a certain degree. And so what do I show them each day? And He said, just show them where you are. And even that's hard because I just wanted to have the surgery. I just wanted to heal in private, and I just wanted to get on with it. But that is not what He wants me to do. And, you know, so this is it. Here I am preparing to document just where I am. And so with that, I came up with the series, The Rebuild, and I literally got to start from scratch. I am still at the mercy of the surgery and the concussion, and so I cannot push my body past what it's capable of doing. I lost my strength, I lost my gains, I gained weight, and so I'm just literally at ground zero, trying to figure it out, trying to figure out what this looks like for me. And a lot of times, a successful day is getting up and taking a shower, throwing on some sweatpants and a sweatshirt and taking my hair down. And this is it. And, you know, some days it wipes me out, and some days I'm okay. And that's just where I am right now. It's up and down. I don't know the rhyme or reason. This is just how my body is healing. So with the rebuild, I just have to show where I am and what my day looks like. And I think the biggest thing for me right now is I'm trying to get back in my bed. I've been sleeping in the recliner all this time, and I'm tired of it. So I want to get back in my bed, but it hurts to not hurt. It's uncomfortable to lay down, and sometimes it triggers a headache. I could wake up in the middle of the night and I'd be laying flat, and I don't need to be laying flat right now. And so it gets a little tricky, but I'm trying to get some sleep That's vital in my healing. And I'm now in a position, I've started to cook here and there. And so now I'm in a position to where I can control what I eat. I am not prioritizing protein. I'm not prioritizing nothing except for eating at home and making sure that I'm eating clean and making sure that I'm eating to heal. So that is the priority right now. And I'm just eliminating the things that aren't conducive to healing. And I'm just trying to tinker around, just participate in keeping my home together. So I'm doing more to assist with straightening up and all the things, doing what I can. And so, if that's all I got, that's all I'm gonna give as far as being obedient is concerned. What else do I want to say? My kids have been holding me down. My oldest, for those of you who are new here, she's 20 and she has been managing my home like a rock star. It's been difficult for her. She's had her moments, but she has made sure that I'm good and that the house is good as much as her capacity allowed. And I'm so grateful for that. But it's time for me to integrate myself back into taking over so that she can just be 20 and, she can just manage the things that she manages as a helper in the house and not as a leader in the house. And so we are transitioning back into that. And I'm pretty excited about it, but I am taking it one day at a time. I've been uber discouraged in some moments throughout the process. It hasn't been all rooted in Christ. I've had my moments of anger, my moments of just being tired, exhausted from being in pain, moments of wanting to go back to my old self and how I used to be and how my brain was before the car accident, but also knowing that I'm not going back to that place. And healing doesn't include anything from my past. And so I think for me, this entire process has kind of been a great reset. And the way that I am and the things that I do and the discipline that I have, it has to be rooted in the appropriate place. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, like I literally got that dog in me to do whatever it is I need to do. I cannot wait to lift weights. I cannot wait to be disciplined again. I cannot wait to have order and structure, but I'm just not there yet. And I need to make sure it's on good soil. And so that's just kind of the internal work that I'm doing. And I'm trying to take care of myself. I'm trying to look presentable. The curls are gone. No more curls. We're straight. I can manage straight hair, so we're straight. And I'm just trying to take care of myself inside and out. And it's not just my brain healing. It's just me healing mentally, spiritually, emotionally, as well as physically. So that's where we are. And I do have an understanding that this isn't going to be a linear path. It's going to take a lot to rebuild. I'm looking forward to showing that to you guys, and I'm looking forward to this motivating somebody, it resonating with someone in some way, or, you just being able to share this process with somebody that needs it. I'm not necessarily looking forward to being super vulnerable. Like, I'm tired of saying I'm hurting, if that makes sense. It's not that I feel some type of way about being open. It's just that I am tired of saying my head hurts. I am tired of saying my brain is tired. I am tired of when somebody's asking me how I'm doing, I'm just like, because I don't want to get into it. And I do speak, I'm doing good. It's a good day. I speak those things over myself so that it can come into fruition. You know what I'm saying? The power of the tongue. But the reality is I'm sitting in a difficult space too. And it's been a long time and I'm just ready to get on with it. But there's also been some learning in this difficult space that I've been in. And it was necessary and I needed it. As hard as it was, as hard as it's been on my kids, it was a necessary space to be in. And I think I'm starting to see a twinkle of light at the end of the tunnel. And so I'm just prayerful and hopeful that I'm not perceiving that wrong. So I just really hope y'all come with me. And I ask for your grace and mercy and your understanding of me not being consistent, of me not telling anybody that I was going to go through this process. I had to process and I had to deal, and I just kept it with me. And that was how I chose to handle it, unapologetically, respectfully. To those who love me, I love y'all too. It's not an indication of my love for anybody. It was just something that I needed to experience in the way that I did. But I am back now, and I hope that you guys are going to join me for the Rebuild series. I don't know how often I'll be able to post and record and edit given my limitations, but I'm gonna do what I can, and I just ask that y'all hang with me. And I did not introduce myself to anyone, so if you stayed this long and you don't know who I am Chiquita. I am all of the things. LPN, personal trainer, health coach, mommy, sister, friend, cousin, daughter, all of the things. And I got into a car accident last year, 2024, July, and I've just been on the mend ever since, but we are healing and progressing and moving forward. I'm not going to attach any videos at the end because I just feel like I'm moving forward. You know, this is the rebuild, but I welcome you to go through the channel, see where I was, see where I'm going. Stick with me, subscribe to the channel if you would like to be notified when I start posting my rebuild. I've already weighed in, so I'm looking forward to sharing that with y'all, and we're gonna get it going. All right, I love y'all so much. Thank you so much for rocking with me all this time, and here we go. I'll see y'all soon.